It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Actually, I can't remember the last time I saw you drink a beer.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. I don't do it.
I was just thinking about that because
I just have nightmares of
a
getting
beer
as big
can
as I used
just
to.
beating the fuck out of you.
Dude, well, I don't know how
When
you're...
you drink beers for a while, you notice it. You're like, damn.
Well, the first place where I start to gain weight is my side
Cock.
boob.
Oh.
It's my side boob, dude. And then it's stomach, and then it's face.
Then it's dick. Oh.
Then
I never.
Never.
It never grows there, sadly. Yeah, it's just, it is
It's
what
like it
is.
shrinks. It's like I'm taking fat away from it.
Well, there's truth to that because when I was a bigger boy, your fupa gets bigger, and then your penis is smaller. And so...
No, it's
fat
no.
upper penis area for
Yes.
us.
Exactly.
First of all,
Exactly what it stands
that's an
for.
optical illusion. What you described is something you see at like Ripley's Believe It or Not. That's like one of
Believe
the
it.
things that they'd be like, put on this fat suit and look at your cock. Take off the fat suit and look at your cock.
It's definitely an illusion because, like, when I was, and this is a lot of information, Tiki, I just met you, and I'm so sorry that I'm going to go into
No,
this
it's
kind of
good.
description.
Welcome.
But when I was fat, I would look at my penis, I'd be like, there's no way. And I would push back the fupa, and I'd be like, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's there.
Yeah, I'm not as Asian as I thought.
Goes from like 4 to 5. You're like, yeah.
Dude, that extra inch makes a difference.
Hey guys, that inch was always there.
It was always
And you
there.
know what? From a woman's perspective,
You were always a star.
it's always a five.
That's
it's
inspiring.
It's always the big version. You know what I mean? Like no matter what.
Yeah. Well, especially like when you put it inside of a when you put it inside of a girl, and you push all the way you can.
at this
I'm glad
point.
you said girl. I thought you were gonna say like jar of peanut butter.
I mean,
Have you?
hey,
How else do you get a dog to be your friend?
That's fucking disgusting, dude. And I own
Works with
dogs.
horses too. Works with
that's
horses
why
as
we
well.
have cats.
With bigger teeth.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
You guys
Sure
own a bunch
does.
of cats?
Yes, we each have
Two.
a cat.
Are you guys more cat people and
love
not dog
cats.
people?
I gotta
Yeah.
say I am. After having a cat,
What is it about a cat that you dig more
it's
than
just
a dog?
chill.
That's true.
I have read that when you have a cat and you know they have a litter box, so you clean the litter box. There's a pheromone that releases from the pee that changes your brain chemistry to make you love cats more. That's why we have that like crazy Catwoman syndrome.
That's real.
Because they're so in like full of the cat piss smell. Their brain chemistry has changed that they love cats.
Wow.
Fucking huffing
And
that
that's-
shit, man.
It's
It's like, oh, I love the smell
Yeah.
of cat piss.
I just they
addicted
something.
to it.
It's just I love it. Just cats domesticated us.
I full-heartedly believe
domesticate-
it.
that is true.
That's
That's very
facts,
much true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
They don't
didn't-
do shit.
We didn't domesticate cats. They just showed up and started living with us.
Well, let me ask you this question. How many cats do you guys own?
Two.
Okay, of those cats, like, do you think
which
that...
one would kill you?
Oh, my cat. My cat is murdering us.
Oh, you guys have one each.
Yes.
You guys brought it together and you're one happy family.
Yep.
Yep,
That's
happy.
dope.
Very happy. They get
Well-
along.
Do you think your cats genuinely love you? Or do you think that they're just
They
using
put
you?
up with you.
Sometimes it feels like they're just putting up with us.
Yeah.
Sometimes my cat be waking me up in the morning and it's not love. It's like, hey, feed me, you fucker. Like, get the fuck
Yeah.
out of bed.
You get a cat, it's a roommate. Yeah, a dog is a pet.
If you get depressed, your cat doesn't love you anymore.
Your cat's like, you gotta pick your shit.
Your
up,
cat's like,
man.
hey, man, what the fuck is this?
Hey, I know you're going through something right now, but
My
make
bathroom is dirty.
sure, yeah, make sure my bowl's full and make sure.
Feline love is very much conditional.
No,
It
dude.
really is. So lately, my cat back at my mom's spot, he's now about 17 years old, so he's in that rebellious stage.
The ghost
Wait,
cat.
A real cat. He calls
No,
it a ghost
it's
cat
a
because
ghost
he
cat.
never sees it. But
I
that's
do
because
see
he
it.
fucking
Oh, I
hates
thought you
you.
meant because it's like on the brink of death.
Well, I mean, the truth is like when you look at the cat, the only couple times I've seen it, it's always like from around the corner, and then like it winks at me, and then it just turns into smoke. So
Oh, it's like the back of a yearbook.
The Cheshire cat.
yes, ghost cat.
Well, so my cat was kind of chill up until like lately this last year.
The heroin.
And my mom's like, maybe he's on heroin, but my mom's been calling me and saying like, Snickers scratched me the other day.
He's
in
acting
the
out.
fucking face.
Alzheimer's?
Because my
Shit, maybe.
Catzheimer's.
she's the only one that feeds him, and so she's basically he's associated food with her, and he gets grumpy if he doesn't get food on time. But it's to the point where he's becoming violent, and so I don't
That's
know.
a male cat thing for sure.
Why you guys got lady cats?
I have a female cat.
And I have a male cat. And previously in my life, I always had female cats, and they were great. They were never violent or anything. And then this male cat, he's a dick.
Damn.
He's a downright a jerk.
you
Not
know
always.
that door stopper right there?
Every
on
morning.
my door specifically.
It's a great toy.
He'll reach under and he knows exactly where it is. I see his little nubby. I see his
So
little
loud.
nubby hand. He grabs it and pulls it all the way back.
He's talking to the other cat. He goes, "Hey, what's
4
this?" He
o'clock in
fucking
the
hates this
morning.
shit.
4 o'clock in the
Oh,
morning.
so you're just dead asleep, waking
dead
your
asleep
ass.
and I hear. It wakes him up too across the hall.
Yeah.
Growing up, I had a cat. I had a female cat. Her name was Bootsy. She was 30 pounds.
Fat as fuck.
Stomach dragged on the floor. But she was mean as fuck. She scratched everything. She scratched grandma.
wow.
She scratched the postman. She didn't give a fuck. That cat was mean as shit. And if you didn't get dinner right,
You just kind of live with the cat.
you know, and then
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got my first dog. I got Sochi near Bootsy's end, near the end of her life. So she'd become like an old like Dawn of a mafia, where like even the new pup didn't fuck with her. Even the dog was like, "I'm not messing with that." And like one time the cat went and laid in the dog bed, and Sochi was just like, "Yeah, that's her bed now. That's
This is my bed. This is my
yeah,
bed.
yeah."
Exactly.
Meow 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 meow.
It's a good Marlon Brando.
Who had a cat?
But fuck, dude, let's get into it because
Why
before
are
we
you
get
doing it?
too deep into this cat talk, I want to introduce our two very special guests in the building. We have two of the sweetest men that have ever been inside of this house. You guys are actually very I felt welcome in my own home when you two walked in. But
I mean, my mood changed completely from when I walked in. So.
yeah, you were pissed. But we got Tiki and we got Yetty up in the motherfucking studio.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. Once
Thank you
again,
for
Yetty,
having
you were
us.
here last year. Tiki, welcome for the first time. But
That's good.
you guys just dropped a very hot project on April 1st, not too long ago, and very generous with the number of tracks that were on it. And what's very endearing about this is that it's not your guys' first time working together. You guys had something drop as early as like November of 2019. You guys came out with
Yep.
Yeah.
you guys came out with the
you
single.
did.
February
Research.
29th.
Yeah, February 29th, 2020, you guys
Yes.
dropped Old Methods with a
Yep.
dope ass cover. It's a little anime versions of you
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. Hell
And-
yeah.
I don't know. It's dope following your journey, seeing that what you guys could make in 3 years and leveling up from something that was already great. You guys, and even in the music itself, the Old Methods had Uber, and then this one has Uber 2.
Yeah, we just got the first one was already a little kind of branching off and getting a little weird, but this Y was just like we just went off.
We got
crazy.
hella
Let it
peculiar.
go. Just let
Yeah.
Yeah, we let the ideas run.
You kind of see where it's going, and then you're just
Yeah, exactly. And you could
all
see
gas, no brake.
how free it is. Like there's confidence in each and every track because, and there, I say confidence because each track is so different from the other confidently. There's no identity crisis in
no way.
each track, even though
It's all us.
Yeah.
dude, you guys are
It's-
so dope. It's so good. And like
Thank you.
so much of the Bay Area flowing through your guys'
Mm-hmm.
veins in this new album. How did you guys meet? Like, what's the history between you
Give
guys?
us a story. Give us.
He got it. He
yeah,
got
who
it.
made the first
actually,
move?
So
Ooh,
actually,
newlywed
yeah,
game.
I think it was me. I just happened to find his stuff on my Twitter.
Slid
we had
to the
mutual
DMs.
friends.
We might have two stories.
Oh,
Really?
What?
I tell you,
So look, at first,
we were
I
friends
was,
from babies.
right?
I was in the process of dropping out of college in SF State, and I was about to move back to American Canyon with the family, and I was just like, reconnecting with a bunch of artists that went to school with me in American Canyon, and our homie Hugo invited me to this networking event at another mutual friend's house.
Tommy?
And Tommy.
Shout out Tommy.
Shout out Tommy. Amazing producer. And
Amazing.
I just show up there, total stranger. Like, it's crazy. From complete stranger to like best friends.
Wow.
And within like a month.
For
so we
sure.
met at the show, and then we just started chopping it up.
It was that one
like,
beat. It was that one beat you did with
Yes.
on the Madonna sample.
I flipped a Madonna sample.
Nice.
My boy Cam.
I actually didn't flip a Madonna sample. Do not come for me.
No,
I replayed every instrument by myself. No, but yeah, I sent this like kind of like a SOB beat to him, and he was like, "I got to record on this," and
That's it.
he came over to the
yeah, I
house.
went to his house.
we recorded one song, another song, then Old Methods.
We're like, man, we got some songs. We should put them together.
It just started rolling like as you guys were going in.
Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna do with these 14 tracks? Why don't we put them together?
Yeah,
It's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
awesome.
much.
That's awesome.
And it's a beautiful thing when not only the artistic chemistry is there, but obviously from talking with you guys for the past 30 minutes, I can see that there's.
He has you
this
pegged. He knows everything
camaraderie
about you
there.
guys.
I mean, you can tell a lot about people. I mean, just the
I
way
see-
they talk.
Yeah, and I see a lot of similarities in their relationship and ours.
Yeah.
And like this kind of.
When your guys' project coming out, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Oh yeah,
This is a project. Every Friday it comes out. But yeah, that idea of like, being with a buddy and like finding something so natural and like finding it
That's
how
the
it works.
best,
And
man.
then it's just like,
Nothing better.
It's so organic when we create. Like, it just happened,
Well, now you guys live with each other, and so that's like another wall that came down, and
Yeah,
and it.
yeah.
How does that help with the workflow? Now
It's
that
so much. It was so much easier to
So
like,
much
hey,
easier.
I'm going to the studio. You gonna go? While
Like,
they're laying
can
in
I
bed.
come in your car?
who's driving?
right.
Like, we got like maybe halfway through the project, 3 months, where he was living in Emeryville and I was living in Vallejo,
Yeah.
and it was a struggle,
dude, because Emeryville.
But we were still doing it. I would get
We're
off
still
work
doing
at
it
9 p.m., 10 p.m.
twice a week
All right.
to the studio in
Oh,
Vallejo.
Yeah. Stay
But,
up till
Nights like that.
Yeah, definitely. It's there's something different with like late night sessions. Regardless
delirium?
if you're
yeah, that's
delirium creates the best of friendships.
Literally, one of the songs. Our friend is.
You should actually write that down. Actually,
It's
That's a
true.
podcast quote.
that's a tattoo.
I'll put it right here on my tits, dude. Anyway, keep going.
But
don't
yeah,
like
like
it.
one of our songs, him Westwood, our friend that we had feature on it, went on a rant. So the first like minute and a half is just actual song. The other minute and a half is
Jammy.
him on this crazy rant in a British accent,
Yep.
Yeah, as Tim Westwood.
talking about it was literally 5 a.m. I had work in 3 hours.
Woo!
I called out, but I mean, I was like, we're making this song. It's happening.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, work will always be like
True delirium.
that is true delirium. That's art. You don't want to interrupt that flow,
You can't.
right? There's a term that I use when I feel like I'm when you're in the pocket. You don't ever want to disrupt.
I haven't heard you say it in so long.
Being in the pocket is
That's
like
the flow state,
It's
dude.
really good. Flow state.
flow state is such
yeah.
a good synonym for that.
Yeah.
And it's-
Synergy is another one.
Yes.
That's
It's-
that's the corporate word for it.
All right. What else is there?
I think it's
Once we pointed it out,
just categories?
we just lost.
mahalo. In Hawaii, they call it mahalo.
It's the Aloha energy. It's Aloha.
You're not being very
spirit of
mahalo,
Aloha.
friend.
Let's call it Aloha energy from now on.
Yeah, you guys should do that.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if I want to be that guy. As soon as I say aloha to the wrong person,
What?
I think
Hey,
they don't.
fucker.
That's their word, bro. I don't.
You could say aloha. You're fine.
Local, bro.
I look Japanese at the best. If I walk in,
Dude, you look like a whole bunch of
they
stuff.
only
man.
just now started liking Japanese people in Hawaii.
Real quick, what do you think? What ethnicity? Tiki, this is your first time meeting Alejandro. What do you think he is?
Well, Alejandro makes me think, Mexican.
Yeah, that was-
Damn it,
that's a
dude. Your
giveaway.
name is
But
so.
it is-
But my
on
last name's
point.
Middleton.
Well, he got white in there.
You see, what are you gonna do now with it?
Okay, so you basically got it down to a T.
Yeah, I'm half.
It's the name that gives it away. Sometimes Alejandro, if you were like darker, I was like, you kind of Filipino, maybe.
I don't know if I know any Filipino Alejandros though.
I've always found Alejandro's a more common middle name.
I've never heard of it as a middle
Remember
name.
Marcos?
What do
Remember
you
our
think?
friend
What do you
Marcos?
think, Yetty?
I agree with whatever you say.
Well, Yetty over here is full-fledged ethnic, right?
Cracker.
I can't say that.
Caucasian? Sure you can. It's a type,
what?
it's a type of snack.
Call me a
that's true.
rootin' tootin' cracker.
And actually, white people are the only people you can't be racist to. Are you not paying attention,
I know,
Christian?
I'm kidding, dude.
up.
Yeah,
Here's
dude.
your chance, Christian.
Oh, I hate the successful trajectory of your people.
yeah.
I hate how
Let someone else be president, won't you?
you've conquered so many lands.
we did that.
You colonizer! Is that too far? Can I not say colonizer?
No, it makes me think of Black
You
Panther.
can do whatever you want.
I can.
You just don't call him the N-word.
The amount I cannot. The amount of melanin that I have can do me a lot of things, but it won't allow me.
Yeah,
to do
when I
that.
told you to,
You're
you could do
close.
whatever you want. I was just speaking from perspective.
You've got the chart from Family Guy, the skin color chart. It's posted on our door.
Good, okay.
It's on our door.
Borderline.
I was flattered though when I was telling you where I lived and I gave the address and I said, "Hey, find my name in the directory so I can let you through the gate."
Yeah.
You said, "Congratulations, you made it. You're in a gated community." And I was like, "Wow, you just shed some of your privilege onto me, and I could not be any more flattered."
Anytime. I have so much.
Dude, I'm so appreciative to have you two here. The energy feels really good. The Aloha energy is
Yeah.
in this room.
Can I just add? So it's Mahalo energy's not going to work?
Either
I think mahalo means like thank you.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Then never mind. Aloha makes more sense.
I feel like I can say that even less.
Well, Malika is taken already. So
Definitely not doing that one.
it means Merry
That's
Christmas.
all you, Middleton.
that's all you, bro.
Hey, no, my dad was Dutch Indo. I got some Pacific Islander. I got everything.
He does this thing where he flexes his 23andMe because it's so scattered. He uses it in
If
any...
you pay that much for it, I would flex
Yeah,
it too,
right?
man.
It was a gift, but
It's like
yeah,
a
it was
Gucci
cheap.
belt.
Yeah,
How much did you pay?
it was a gift. I don't
Well, how
ask
much
how
did
much.
the person
I
that
don't
gave
ask
it
how
to
much
you?
gifts are, but I think it's like $130.
That's a lot, man.
I mean,
I'd rather just live a lie.
it's cool.
Yeah, at that point, dude.
It was interesting for me though because I have so many because my family is so scattered and like nobody knew how to write up until like my dad's generation. Nothing was kept track of. Like it was all
Holy shit.
stories and nobody knew anything. And then after World War II, when all the Dutch colonizers were kicked out of Indonesia, they lost all of their paperwork and shit, and they had to start all over as new citizens, and then they had to go to America, so they had to do it all over again. So like we lost a lot of knowledge and connection to what it was. So that test was interesting to me because it all had just been stories. How do we have an English last name like Middleton when it's a Dutch family who's been living in Indonesia for over 200 years? You know what I mean? Like it just some things just don't line up, so don't make sense. Then I take this test and it's like, oh, you're 2% Sengali, and it's like, where the fuck did that come from? It's like,
Are you glad you took it?
yeah, I mean, I love it. I find it incredibly fascinating, and it reaffirms, like when I tell people I'm Mexican, a lot of times people are like, oh, you don't really look Mexican at all.
I like how it's up to
We
people.
didn't leave.
Well, I mean, and it's like, well, no, I don't look Mexican, but I look Native American, like
Have
Native
people
American
ever
Mexican.
told you like, what? You're Mexican? Nah, you're
Yeah.
no way.
I've had Mexican people tell me that.
Like they fucking know.
As being
Yeah, Mexican people tell you that.
being a half breed and growing up and growing up
Being a Prius, yeah.
As a half-blood prince.
as a
Half-blood
mudblood.
prince.
As a mudblood, I know. Well, look, I'll never be white enough to be white, and I'll never be Mexican enough
You're
to be
like Earl
Mexican.
Sweatshirt.
I'm always gonna be. Yeah,
Ah, dude, yes.
yes. I'm always gonna be in the middle, and
Great
and
reference.
I'm fine with that because it is what it is, and but taking that test reaffirms, I know what I am, and I don't need to prove to
I
myself.
could never use that phrase like too white for this and too brown for that because from a distance I'm just too brown.
just-
Period. It's just
Yeah.
People know that I'm
You can take the
Filipino.
sign off your neck when you go out in public, but that's
Would you guys do it, Yetty? Would you ever do a 23andMe? Spin a tube.
You don't want to see what type of whites you are?
Realistically,
His
don't
history's
see
written
the
down.
point. Yeah.
Scottish, Welsh, and English.
I know I'm a European mutt. I've met my Norwegian family.
Beautiful blue eyes and
German, if you can believe
blonde
that.
hair.
Yeah.
Man.
So I'm mostly aware. We
Not
got
very
some
tall
Irish.
though. Yeah, you got a little bit of Nordic in you for sure.
Yeah, some
yeah.
some
Turn to the right.
Jurga Durga, yeah.
You don't have a Slavic slope of your forehead or anything.
The slope for it.
I got the German forehead.
Yeah, yeah.
Must
Good-
be.
Good
And-
forehead. You guys have
Thank you.
good foreheads.
It might be my German too. I got German. In
You
me.
got
Yeah.
German up in
I
you
have
too?
German.
Those Germans
How
try to
much?
get it everywhere. That's for sure.
I have no idea. So my dad told me like, hey, I think his great grandpa, so my great whatever, was in World War II. He was German,
Oops.
but he was on the Allied side.
Oh.
There's like a
on the
Wikipedia.
ally side.
There's like a Wikipedia.
That's what they
I
always
love
say.
the
That's what they always say at the end too.
preface.
They're like, yeah, but he was
I
a cook,
googled
man.
it too. I googled it too. I'm like, it's listed. There's a picture of him. There's like a portrait.
Yeah, I mean,
He's super German looking.
and there was a resistance fighters in Berlin and in Germany who,
Yeah.
from the dawn of the Nazi Party, who were like,
I mean, we see
don't
it
like this.
in Inglorious Bastards already. One of the Inglorious Bastards was a German soldier that worked for the
Oh.
Allied forces and was fucking brutal.
Yeah, but he hated the Germans because they arrested him.
Oh, did he not hate the Germans for all of the other ridiculous things that they did?
Right, isn't that the whole story? Like they put him in jail, and then that's why he went on the rampage and killed all the other German soldiers.
I thought it was for other reasons as well. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it again.
I mean, it wouldn't be hard to get me to do that again.
Obviously I have Spanish in me. Spain had colonized all of the Philippines, and I got a little bit of Chinese, a little bit of Indian in me.
The Indian is the astounding one for me.
Scando came over. His episode by this time would have just dropped. He came over. He was telling me, I didn't talk to you in high school that much, but I mean, I thought you were Indian this entire time.
Indian?
Yeah. Do I look Indian to you, Tiki?
I got Filipino from the jump.
A little bit. You can talk during this, dude.
No.
You said
my publicist.
wouldn't allow it.
Yeah,
Mike Wazowski, he won't let you do
it's
it.
just my cat.
Damn, dude. I want eventually to have a jam session with you guys, because downstairs I was saying that I haven't gigged or performed in a while, or even practiced, and I feel like I'm not doing a service. And there's also a part of me that wants to learn how to produce music well, but
If you're already a musician, it's easy.
You
It's just
can
recording
translate.
it.
You know what you
That's
got?
true.
You got to listen to the interview that Rick Rubin did. I think it was on 60 Minutes. You know who Rick Rubin is?
yes.
He talks about, and I don't know why I haven't sent it to you because I've seen it a couple times. But I think it's Anderson Cooper's interview. He's like, "What do you know about music theory?" And Rubin goes, "Nothing." He goes, "Do you know how to play a four note chord?" He goes, "Nope." He goes, "Do you know how to read music?" He goes, "Nope." And he goes, "So then what is it that makes you the world's best music producer?" Rick Rubin says, "I'm concise, I make decisions, and I know what I like." And for me, I've heard you have this discussion with musicians all across the board. Musicians, classically trained like Carlos, and like with the piano, and rappers and everything all over the board. And I always hear you kind of chop yourself down a little bit with it, but it's like, no, but you know what sounds good, you know what you like, and if you just double down on that stuff, you could be making music and producing music and making your own music
Right.
That is true.
right there without it.
Did you guys connect with that?
I do not know. Like
My
he
name.
tries to get me to play like live keys sometimes. All the keys and every chord you hear is purely just for me. Like,
Ooh, that sounds nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I would learn. My piano skills come from YouTube. I learned like, I want to learn how to play this Frank Ocean song.
Yeah.
And so, I put this chord, I want to move it over one note.
Wow.
Oh, hey, it's a different chord.
Yep.
And then I just start messing around like that.
See,
I
I
don't know
like
any
that.
music
I love
theory,
it.
no nothing.
Tribal knowledge gets you a long way, and
It
I think
does.
I feel so rigid in my creativity because I grew up with a lot of classically theoretically trained musicians, and so there's something
There's definitely a wall, though. There's definitely a wall where you're like, okay, I can't play the same 5 chords over and over again.
Where it does help.
It helps to know, like, oh, this harmony, this key, like that type of stuff.
how do you guys get over that wall, like if you get that block?
Learn
Call
YouTube.
Anders. Call Anders. Get in here.
Anders is a music genius. He's the music
we're
theory
surrounded
guy.
by like such lovely, talented people that
Yes.
like we've had some alley oops, where we're like, we have this idea, clean it up, or what would you suggest? And so we've always, and then YouTube, like he said, because musically I really don't know. Like, I mean, I know songwriting, and now I'm getting better at like structuring songs.
Sure.
Everything is more intentional. But like in terms of like, okay, this is like a chord progression or whatever, I'm also just very much winging it. Like I'm not trained, or I would like to be, but yeah, YouTube.
It's
Wow.
pure creativity.
I mean,
It's
it
a
goes
modern
back to what
It's
you're
from the
saying,
heart.
like just what do you think sounds good,
Right.
And like what are your influences, like what? And I think I'm not ready to. It's very similar to when you get a new job. I hate the period of time where you're just dumb for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? I
I
don't
don't
want
take
to.
jobs I don't know. I always pick easy jobs. Selling candy.
Why is
scooping
that your
shit.
thing? Real quick, can we just point out the fact that right before the podcast, this guy, like a little creep, was just like, "Hey, you guys want candy?"
Can you-
Had it
Kenny?
in his pocket.
And you guys accepted. I'm
Confirmed
worried.
It was safe. It
Was
was
it really?
just
Was
as
it
a
a
rapper?
Yeah, I'm not a creepy guy. People
Well,
should be
I
able to
wouldn't-
take
only
candy.
had 2 candies.
He only had 2. He planned this.
None for us, Christian. I thought I had a lemon one in there for myself, but I guess I was wrong.
But yeah.
I feel dizzy. Yeah.
You guys just knocked the fuck out.
Now's a chance.
Hey, how come that episode with Yetty and Tiki never came out?
What? Who told you about that?
But yeah, no, that's why I would like to just kick it sometime. It would
make
be
it happen.
really
We're literally
nice
8
to
minutes
just.
away.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we could do it.
If you have an amp, I have plenty of guitars.
I bought myself a bass in 2018 when I got my first check from my
Slap
job.
at the bass, man.
Yeah, and I was trying to slap at the bass, and I played it for a few months. Yes, slapping the
Bass
bass
is so much
hard.
feeling.
Yeah.
So much feeling.
You didn't
So
like it
much
because it
feeling.
made your fingies hurt, right? You're like, oh, my fingies.
I didn't like it for the
I'm just teasing, by the way. I know that's not why you stopped.
the strings are too thick. It hurt my tongue.
I only like my hands to get hard.
Damn, my hands are hard as fuck right now, dude.
I got hard hands. By the way, you guys want some candy?
Right, my hands are hard. Let's get going.
I believe that's what you call a callus, dude.
Fuck me.
But yeah, no, for the same reason, like I was telling you guys, I stopped because I was trying
You
too
don't
hard
like
to learn the
sucking.
theory and not really just having fun with it.
You just gotta make the decisions.
Yeah.
Decide to have fun.
Paul McCartney never had lessons on how to play the bass.
And he just did it?
He just
There's a lot.
fucking
that's
John Lennon
interesting.
wouldn't let him play the guitar because they already had George.
Wow.
And so he's like, fine, I guess I'll play the fucking bass.
There was a lot what?
There's a lot of like. I didn't know Rick Rubin didn't know shit about music.
Nope. And I mean, and
Purely
think about
just all.
But I think what proves that more than anything is like, yeah, that's how he's able to produce like the Blueprint and Johnny Cash's American. You know what I mean? Like the only way you have that range isn't, unfortunately, from knowing stuff. It's from not knowing stuff, right? That naivete, that openness to be wrong and to try things. I mean, that's where.
Because you don't even know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
walls are
oh,
further apart
yes.
for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
There's I'm sure you guys have heard how Michael Jackson was making his music.
He would get 5 little boys in a room.
Stop!
And he played a game
yo.
called Duck, Duck, Goose Gets a Dick in Its Mouth.
Shut the
Okay,
fuck.
you're right. He never put his dick in the mouth. He just looked at their buttholes.
Are you okay? Is everything at home all
No,
right?
that's a fact. You know that's true,
I don't
too.
want to.
You know it's true.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
just
his music's great.
allegedly.
Actually, no, not allegedly.
It's just human nature.
I'm not watching that documentary. I love him way too much, man.
You know what the worst
I
part
know.
You can't
part
ruin
is?
him for me.
Don't
The worst part
ruin
is
him.
those two, like the two guys in that documentary, they're like, I mean, I still hear his music at like barbecues and stuff, and like I find myself like nodding my head. And I have to
They're
do-
like, that shit slaps,
Can't
dude.
fuck shit. Like,
Well, okay, there was this. I'm eventually going to get back to this. Let's put a bookmark because I have something
The
about Michael
pedophilia?
Jackson's.
here's why it should be okay.
Shut the fuck up.
You cut in randomly. All right, guys. So
First of all, it's called Young Love, and me and my friends at NAMBLA are okay.
it's just a mindset. It's just like any other sexual orientation.
Love
Age
is love
just
is love,
Age
guys.
is just a number. If I was 45 and she was 35, it wouldn't be a difference.
It's just so weird that you posed this argument about Michael Jackson and you know, like 10 minutes ago, you offered candy to.
I'm not weird.
So how did he make music?
So he made music by.
candy is
Thank
the
you,
candy.
Yetty.
If you guys are gonna have a coherent podcast, that's not what I'm here for.
So he made music by. He wasn't theoretically trained, right? He'd been a performer for a very long time.
He was trained by the belt. His
Yeah,
dad-
that's what I said. His dad beat him into it.
His dad trained him in a way different way.
When he had an idea, he
He had to ask all 4 brothers if it was cool, and then like together they went to Joe Jackson, and they're
Yes,
like,
yes,
maybe
yes,
he can do like the robot on stage, and his dad's like, the fucking robot.
This one's called the moonwalk.
if it's okay with you.
Do that shit when you're on your own, Michael.
You're not on the moon. You're on the stage.
It looks like he's walking forward, but he's going back. That's not how we dance here.
He broke the world when he did that. Let's be real.
Why are you leaning like?
Wait, did they ever
Get off
figure
that
out
board.
how he leaned?
Yeah, his shoes had
Weights, right?
Yeah.
No, they had like a
Spike or some shit.
like a horseshoe. It was like a horseshoe where it was like
There
hollow
you
in the
go.
middle, and the stage had like a stick that would come up and it would lock in.
What?
And it would, yeah, and then
So he could only do it in certain spots. So
Yep.
if I were to say, Michael, do it over there, he'd be like
Just falls.
on his face.
he'd be like, no, but here's the moonwalk. His like his interview with Oprah. He's always like he's doing like little like tetton and stuff.
Of course, because that's a.
I mean, look,
people
I hate to say it. I love watching Michael Jackson interviews because he is so fucking weird.
He's
and
super
like
weird.
even when he was
They
married,
skip over that part.
when he was married to Lisa Marie Presley, and they like have that whole interview and be like, yeah, we're in love and we sleep in the same bed and we even kiss. And then they like kiss on camera and it would be like as awkward.
Oh, he
if-
said we even kiss.
it would be as awkward if I tried to kiss you right now.
I don't want to.
Like
Like
they're
a
literally
normal
like,
assumption.
Yeah, I think it'd be organic.
no,
man.
they had to, and like he's like, I always sing to Lisa Marie, and he's like starts singing to her, and she's like,
Not having it.
he's just like, ooh.
So we're back at the bookmark, right? He's
Kid
not
number one.
theoretically trained. The way he would write stuff is that he would sing it into a recorder, right? Each part, right? Let's say he would be like, "Oh, this would be a dope guitar part," and he would just sing it as opposed to getting some sheet music and writing it down or knowing like what the chords were exactly. He would sing every single part individually, then bring it to the studio, and then have that recorded, which is
That's
which gives me
insane.
hope for not being as theoretically.
No,
trained.
that's the move. Sometimes you just
Pulling
gotta
up to
hum.
a few songs.
Yeah, a few songs.
Actually, one of them on the project is him smashing the
Notion?
keys.
Oh, which one is that?
It might have been
Smashing
Up
the keys.
Oh, Up.
or one of the songs. I forgot already.
Yeah, I just
But,
get in there like a kindergarten.
He put a bunch
child.
of keys down, and then I was like, okay, I'll let you mess around. And then I went in and like just changed it, kind of like that. You know, like I took every little part that he put in.
Ain't it wild how the creative process comes in like weird ways like
Super
this?
weird.
Yeah, it'll pop in my head most random times. Taking a shit at work, jerking off while I'm taking a shit
Jerking off.
at work.
All those,
I understand
all those
that-
check out.
The taking the shit part, I understand. The jerking off, I hope is a bit because if you're thinking about something else, unless you're jerking off
fully a
to
bit, fully a bit. Let me just. This is a bit.
because that's not like some Kanye shit where you're thinking about your own music and you just like beating
That's
it.
probably real.
I could believe it. Justin Bieber supposedly used to throw parties in the Hollywood Hills where he would invite all his friends over
And jerk off.
I was gonna say, yeah, a celebrity throwing a party in the Hollywood Hills. Tell me more, Christian. Is the sky blue?
I mean, he would just make them listen to his music that had already
also
come.
not
It's
surprising.
not a listening party. It's just like, hey, let's listen to my
We're
music.
listening to Baby
Listening,
again.
no party.
Cut out the ludicrous part. We're listening to it again.
Yeah, but how did you guys? Well, Tiki, how did you get into just producing and whatnot?
Producing, I wanted to be Skrillex
Whoa,
so bad.
you big influence
was-
in your life?
Yes, I wanted to be like Dead Mouse and Skrillex. When I was like 10 years old, there's this video of Dead Mouse DJing at some like Halloween event in LA. And this giant crowd, and he's playing his like hit song. He has this whole thing. I used to watch that on repeat. And so I begged my parents for a DJ controller. I got this little DJ controller. Started messing around trying to be like Dead Mouse and Skrillex. And I'm like, hey, I want to try and make stuff like this.
What year was that? Do you think?
2012,
Okay,
2013.
okay.
Peak Skrillex.
Yeah, for sure. But
Been
like when you
around.
got your first board,
Yeah.
about that time. Wow.
Just messing around.
Do you still have it?
I gave that one away.
Oh, you should have kept. Imagine the
one Hugo
nostalgia.
has? That's not the one Hugo has.
No.
What program did you use? Like Fruity Loops
I
back then,
used-
or what?
Fruity Loops was my first, and that's the only one I use pretty much.
Did you ever make a? I mean, even I made a rap beat on Fruity Loops.
No, dude.
Pirated that shit and just straight up like.
No, I don't know anybody who
YouTube
paid for
tutorials.
it. Yeah,
You just got well versed in it like that.
Yeah.
Man.
my brother's the one who showed me Fruity Loops.
Oh, when he was rapping for a little bit.
Yo, one brown bee. It's just like,
Isn't it wild to think that these very pivotal moments when we're kids, when we're interested in something, and your parents say like, "Fine, yes, I'll get this for you,"
Yeah.
turns into this thing that you absolutely lose sleep over in your adulthood.
I would have never expected it. Porn, yes.
Here's your first hustlers,
If you're
Alonzo.
a porn star,
Thanks,
you're
Mom.
like, I've always wanted to do this
Here's
since
a
I was a
VHS
kid.
tape.
this is gonna be what my mother introduced to me to your work.
I found my dad's Playboys, and I just knew I wanted to be
Would
there.
mean the world.
But yeah, it's like Yetty. What was it for you? What was the moment you were just like,
I actually don't know this. What was it?
Ooh, man, probably just like watching music videos on MTV Jams.
Hell yeah.
you're like, I want to be like that.
Pop
Yeah.
up video.
Well, I've been like writing little songs ever since I was little, which I kind of forgot I did. So in high school, I did like the Blue Yaris music video, and then I went to get some pho, and this kid I went to elementary school with, his name was Sam. Shout out Sam Cruz. And he was like, "Yo, what's up? Like, you make music?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I make music." And he's like, "That's crazy," because when in elementary school, I remember you would write little raps, and he was like, apparently I had one where I was talking about Elmo got a gun, and it just all the memories flooded back to me, and I was like, oh my God, I did write about Elmo having a gun in elementary school.
Can you break that down, please? There's no way we're gonna
bring
gloss
that back.
past that.
Elmo's got a gun.
Yeah, no, it was essentially
From Janie's Got a Gun. I don't know.
but I didn't know it was that. I
Oh.
was just talking about Elmo got a gun. Now I'm on the run. Like
Hey,
it was bars, you know.
And then,
you know.
what were the other raps that you wrote as a kid? I'm like, that's so cool that you're at such a young age.
Kermit has a knife. He's got a bazooka. Those are all alliterations. Even Kermit's got a knife.
Gonzo's got a grenade.
Yeah. Fozzie Bear's got fucking AIDS.
I don't remember.
We're just like, we're worried about this kid.
Yeah, I'm so glad my parents didn't find those.
It's just a bunch of Sesame Street
They
characters. with
very much
weapons.
encouraged the drawing, though. I
I'm
think,
AK Animal.
yeah, maybe that bit they were not.
Dude, you do a lot of. You just walk around with a sketchbook.
Yeah, it's in this bag down here.
That's nuts. That's so cool.
That is really
He's
cool.
a real artist.
The discipline.
Well, growing up in high school, we had a friend who was always sketching, Alex Yacarino. Now he does my tattoos.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's another example of doing something as a kid and bringing it all the way.
It just
to-
makes sense, right? Like when we found out that Alex was doing, when he became a tattoo artist, like seriously, did that surprise you at all?
No, not
It's
at all.
0%. And like, in fact, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, good. Now he can do my tattoos.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
So yeah, see, that's really fucking cool, and I'm so happy for you guys. Like this drop, Y was so dope. I've been slapping it ever.
yeah.
Thank you.
I
That
woke
means a
up
lot.
in that morning. I was like, yes, it's out. Yes, it's out. Baddies, listeners out there, if you have not listened to their album yet, check it out on all platforms because it is so good. Has a lot of dope features, and they're very generous with the tracks and whatnot.
17.
It's all over the place. It's
there's
in a really good way.
The third song in, just a slap in the face. It's like
Dude.
wake you up.
Well, because it's like it's Uber 2, then it's intro, then it's Manny.
Manny
Swag
Swag ad.
ad.
Shout out
Yup.
to Manny Swag. Shout out to Hugo.
So dope. It's so cool.
Be Joe Schmo.
Isn't it? It's wild how the bigger the more people you meet, the smaller the world seems, right? Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of mutuals, right? And
Yeah.
we were just talking about on the last episode how it is so insane how here in the Bay Area, Vallejo specifically, there are so many talented artists, and they're not only talented but so supportive of each other. Like in doing this podcast and taking on this creative project, we have met so many people that share the similar passions and that will support you no matter what you do. And like it's fucking dope.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a generational thing or if it's a Bay Area thing. Because I know it's not a podcasting thing. Because like you just said, we've had multiple different types of artists and not artists. I mean, we had an MMA fighter in here just the other day.
Yeah.
So it's like all over the board. We're having people come in, but everyone, everyone's kind of on their own grind, but willing to help and push, everybody else. And I don't know. I don't know if it's a Bay Area thing, but we have friends who are outside of the Bay Area who are just as into helping and promoting it.
Yeah. It's kind of nuts, right? Like when we started this, we didn't think it was going to turn into this platform where we could meet some cool ass people.
Yeah.
I
Right?
don't think we even had an
How
intention
long you
to
guys
meet
been
people.
doing this?
Since 2019, man. But it
It's
started.
a minute.
It's been a minute, but like the crazy thing, if you could see our set, you'll see that there's just a bunch of random VHSs.
Solid line of movies.
Thank you, man. Thank you. These are just like some. This is what I grew up on. Probably
Yeah.
not Runaway Bride.
Yeah.
But
It's just the cases. The cassettes are all porn.
Inside this big booty
That's the
bitch.
passion.
But the 1997 one, so it's like a lot of curly hair and like
Grease is
Full
actually
bush.
just still called Grease.
it's just.
it's greasy.
Like, real quick on that tangent, ain't it wild? Like how
Ain't it?
back in the day where the parody porns that they named after movies were just so either
That's how
tasteful
you
or just
sold the
really out
tape.
there.
Still to this
Yeah.
That's how
day.
you
Yeah.
sold the
The
tape.
hills have thighs.
Spider-Man.
Genie in a string bikini, I think is
I remember this one specifically from a Filthy Frank video, Schindler's Fist.
That's
That's good. That's
good.
good. I mean, honestly, that's clever. You gotta give him points for
Dude,
credit.
and that's ballsy to
Yeah.
take a moment in pivotal history and just be like, nah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
But it's Ray Fiennes who's getting fisted though. No, that's why it's okay.
I'm down. I'll watch. Okay. You guys see the menu?
Yes.
Oh, actually, you know,
So
I
good.
haven't seen it.
I'm about it.
So
Yeah,
good.
it's a
I'm
good
about
movie.
it.
Really good movie.
What a twist. Highly recommend.
Yeah, it's okay. I think people. Yeah, it's
Whoa.
It's fine. It's fine.
Overrated?
A tad. Just because
Okay.
everybody was just so hopped up on being like, this is how we should treat celebrities, and it's just like, guys, it's kind of as a whole a satire, but whatever.
But the acting.
Incredible. I'm not taking any of that
Absolutely
away, but yeah, I think
just- yeah.
it's being taken way more seriously than this satire film was intended. Like, it was intended definitely to make people think and kind of be thought provoking, but some people be like, this is how it's done, and it's like,
You guys big movie guys?
He is. He's putting me on so many movies.
I would say
yeah, Yetty keeps up with us when it comes to movies.
decently
puts me
big
on so
film buff. I don't want to.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
Say it right now, and if you're wrong, we'll kill you.
The Thing.
Wrong.
The
Ooh,
Thing.
the remake or the original?
1982.
Wow. Interesting.
So scary.
Yeah, and then
I
88
don't
The
know anything
Blob,
about that movie.
and then I just love horror movies. And
All
then
John Carpenter ones though.
I don't think John Carter. He did The Blob,
Oh no, but he did
The Thing.
the thing for sure. Yeah. And then Mandy with Nick
Mandy.
Cage.
With Nick
He
Cage.
showed me that like literally the first week we moved in, and I was like,
He's like, this is
What
what
the
You're like, fuck, I regret this.
he's like, this is what I do every Friday.
we turned the lights off and everything. I was like,
I have that same shirt.
I haven't seen it yet. Like, it's really worth the watch?
I think it's fantastic.
You're a huge Nick Cage fan.
don't
I'm
smoke
surprised.
too much weed before you watch.
No,
it.
it's absurd.
Or smoke too much.
I was pretty high watching it, and it just caught me so off guard.
It freaked
the
you the
way
fuck
it
out
went.
because it's like a pseudo horror film, right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's some horrifying moments. Absolutely.
Is that the one with the Cheddar Goblin?
Yep.
It is Cheddar
Oh,
Goblin.
by the Too Many Cooks
Yeah.
folks. Yeah.
The Too Many Cooks that's a
YouTube.
YouTube video.
And they make this character the Cheddar Goblin,
I remember the.
and he's like throwing up
Yeah,
macaroni.
it exists in like 30 seconds of the film.
It's like a commercial.
Yeah, it's a commercial.
And he's just vomiting mac and cheese into these kids like, I love mac and cheese.
Dude, I
and the
just
goblin's
think-
like, you like mac and cheese? Wah!
It's awesome.
I just think it's wild how Nick Cage has made a comeback. He just made a big ass
He's made a
comeback.
comeback doing these crazy weird films.
Yeah, and you
He's
know
always been
why,
doing it.
right? Because he ran out of
ran out
money
of
from
money.
his divorce, right? And he was spending money on some weird ass shit.
So that's
Yeah,
why
he
he's
bought a
doing
dinosaur-
Renfield.
What's up?
That's why he's doing Renfield.
I think he's just having fun with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That caught me.
Because that one doesn't seem like a big paycheck. The one he did where he plays himself is probably a big paycheck.
Yeah.
Wally, what was the one Wally's playing?
Willy's Wonderland?
Willy's
That was
Wonderland.
a letdown.
Oh, I loved it.
It's-
But I don't think that was a big paycheck for him.
No,
No,
not at
no
all.
way.
He's just doing,
He
doing
didn't
that for the money.
speak.
No, not at all.
he didn't. No.
Yeah.
But
Nothing.
God, I love Freebird.
Oh, they did play that in there?
Yeah, like 7 times. All 10 minutes of it. 7 times.
I love that you guys.
Just turn it on again.
One
Play
more
that-
time.
Play that shit
One
again.
more time.
That's an American touchstone. You say Nick Cage, you can start a conversation. It's like SpongeBob.
Yeah, yeah.
I
really
fucking
is.
love National Treasure.
It's
2.
so good.
It's two. It's the best one.
I like 2 because
So
it's a little
good.
more campy and
Weren't
fun.
there 3
Yeah.
of them?
The third one doesn't have a minute. The third one has like Catherine Zeta-Jones in it and shit.
I didn't know there was a third
I
one.
didn't know
It's
there was a third
fairly
one
recent,
either.
guys. Come
Oh,
on.
it's like a show, right, or something? Or is
Oh
it
yeah,
an
it's a
actual
Disney
movie?
Plus thing.
Oh,
Nah.
I didn't know that either. But I don't know. I'm not.
You seem hella mad.
Because I'm upset at what Disney Plus is putting out.
Here's what. Okay, before you hop on that milk crate, I would have liked to see Spy Kids and National Treasure do a little crossover. Now,
Spy
is that
Kids?
just me?
hey man, get this guy out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. No, but it is cool. Spy Kids it has this universe with it's a Robert Rodriguez
Machete,
Yeah, that's
with Machete.
Sick.
Yeah, are you familiar with Machete?
Yes.
which is also connected to Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Which is also also connected to Dawn of the Dead or not Dawn of the From Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk.
Wow.
I was gonna say Dawn
It's
of the
nuts,
Dusk.
man. But it's so cool. Like it's
And SpongeBob's in all of them.
a true homie relationship. Because you downstairs you told me that one of you guys just started watching Click and the other person came home from work or something.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just like, what are you watching? And then you sit down and you finish the movie with the person. That's true friendship, man. That's so
That's
cool.
the shit. I'll come home from work sometimes and it'll be his day off. He's like off in the middle of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So he'll be watching something. And I'm like,
and he
fuck it.
beats me.
What?
Yeah,
Beat you off?
off and on. All
Comes
Depends on how
home
I'm
from
feeling.
work.
It's
You dancing again?
Amazon delivery is stressful, man.
Yeah, man.
is it really stressful? Like,
I
what are
wouldn't
the
do
things
it.
that are stressful about it?
Not really. It's so easy.
It's just
It's a lot of. It's just
I
like
love the
10
misdirection.
hours. 10 hours of your time taken up by dropping off boxes and envelopes.
You ever drive past the same house like twice in a row and just be like, God damn it.
I deliver to the same houses every day.
Oh.
It's
The same
scary how
people.
much these people order.
You ever keep one just to see what it is?
No, but they do ask me what it is when I deliver it to them.
Like you're supposed to, like, what, you got X-ray
Like,
vision?
yeah.
It's your
They're like,
dildos.
It's a brown box, and they're like, "Oh, is that my fucking power drill?" I'm like,
No, it's a fist. It's a silicone fist with a strap-on
I know?
attachment.
What are you doing with this?
This is a hand-painted
some
Adolf
people
Hitler.
ordered so much shit. And it
I believe
bothers
it.
me.
I mean, if I wasn't around to keep my girlfriend in check, she would order everything from groceries to food and clothes and everything.
Amazon
Oxygen if she could.
is beating out every single competitor though, because earlier today I went to Best Buy right here, and that place is a ghost town.
Yeah.
Baron.
There's nothing in there.
you only ever go to the stores like that when it's like Black Friday. You know, they got the in-store deals.
Don't even
I go to Best Buy because we're shopping for a new TV right now. But I like when it comes to a TV, I need to see the TV.
Yeah,
I can't order
There's
a TV
certain
on my
stuff
computer.
Where you're like, I gotta look at
Yeah,
this.
there's a couple of things I want to touch it. I want to see where the buttons are before I order it.
Right.
But there's a returnability aspect of Amazon too. So if you
That's
don't
too
like
much
it,
of a hassle for me.
With the
still.
TV,
That is true. I
anyways,
usually
like,
just keep
you
all
ever-
the shit. I'm
you
just
ever
like,
tried
I
to-
guess I'll keep
Have you ever
this.
tried to get a TV back in the box once you got it out?
Fuck no, dude.
Like putting fucking sausage back in the casing, bro.
Dude, one time
You just got a new TV, you know.
I just got a TV from Costco, which I should have just gotten it delivered to my doorstep because my dad was like, "Yeah, we could fit it in Melissa's trunk."
No.
And I was like, "Oh, it's a 75-inch, Dad. Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, we could do it." And I,
Her car is 70 inches.
my father is full alpha, and I'm still beta to him. So I was just like, okay. So here we
gotta
are in
happen.
Costco trying to fit this
Looking
75.
like idiots.
We look like two idiots.
Yeah.
Trying to fit into the trunk of her car
Have both doors
doesn't
open.
fit. And so we remove it from the box in the parking lot.
Oh my God.
And you see just two grown men trying to finagle this thing in the trunk, and the Costco workers are
What
looking
kind of
at
car?
us. It was a Mazda. It's a Mazda
It's a smart
hatchback.
car.
It's it was not big enough, dude. And
That
we
is not
live
happening.
Why did
so
you
close.
keep it in the box and just strap it to the roof? Because you live so close.
Because they could fit it in the car.
if they take it out of the box. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeti.
His dad
Don't
just.
speak to me like
There's a
that. I'm a
certain
proud
point-
Mexican man.
There's a certain point where you've gone too far and it just has to happen.
Yeah.
All the wires are out.
yeah, it's like-
you know, Melissa,
start
hold the
unscrewing
remote.
it.
yeah.
Well, the point of no return was removing it from the box.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at that point.
Yeah.
And-
When you start stepping on the styrofoam, you're fucked.
Oh, it was a windy day, so all the styrofoam was flying away, and we couldn't even fucking get it.
When I
People
was,
walking by, who the fuck
there was
these
a
guys?
brief time when me and my cousin sold shoes at a swap meet, and
You sound like the most sketch person in the world.
we
So
would
you
buy
gave him candy.
we would buy the shoes from wholesale markets. So we were buying like 150 pairs of Toms, you know, in one transaction.
It's just the Toms.
People love Toms, bro.
Also, the flea market stuff is real stuff. You just,
Yo, fuck yeah, dude. You bought Toms for me. You got the bag and the flag and everything, bro.
Did you guys buy Toms from him?
I just wouldn't.
Well,
buy-
now I don't have it, but
Yes,
I also
yes.
I
Yeah.
had
Do it?
college colors and shit.
From you? Yeah.
I was working at Cheesecake at the time, and like we'd be in the parking lot smoking cigarettes. Like, you guys want shoes? And I'd open my trunk like this. Where the fuck did you get this? Like, I have a receipt. Anyways,
The first aspect about you that is untrustworthy is the fact that you wear sunglasses indoors, which I don't want to trust. I don't want to buy Toms from a guy that doesn't even want to reveal his eyes.
oh,
to
you'll
us.
buy Toms for me though. Well, I was selling them for like $25. Those shit went for like $60 in the
Sell
mall.
to them right now. Let's do a little like role play.
I have no shoes.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys aren't wearing shoes. Where are you guys' shoes?
You guys
Where
Asian?
the fuck are you guys' shoes?
It's outside.
I just left him at home. I have shoes though.
Well,
so-
I have shoes for you.
Really?
Yeah, these. What's your name?
George.
Okay, you want to try that again and not make it weird? What's your name?
Yetty.
All right, Yetty. Look, these have a Yeti on them,
They do. Wow,
Yeah.
that is oddly
and
specific.
these retail market sales price $65. After tax, you're paying closer to $70.
Can I consult with my associate?
Yeah, let him know the $25.
Tiki. I don't know if you heard him. He's right there. These are $25.
Yeah.
This is how you guys.
Do you have one with a tiki on it?
I just, you know what?
You got a
shoes.
pair of brown Toms?
I have brown ones. But the Tiki's coming tomorrow. Tiki shoes coming tomorrow. I got to call a guy, and he's going to bring the Tikis in.
Please make my...
Look, front me 5 pairs.
Ooh, front me... Yeah. Front us 5, and
We'll sell 3.
What's your address and your phone number, and then I'll front you whatever you need.
Here, I'll do my social too.
Okay. Right now, look right into the camera.
No.
This is an illegal interaction. You guys are buying Toms to resell them for at a higher
not-
price.
him
that's
for-
not
Hey,
whoa,
illegal.
whoa.
Hang on, no. First of all, that's not illegal.
Front us 5, we'll sell 3, and we'll give you the money later. Sounds like a plot in a mafia movie.
That's not illegal. It's just not the best business sense. At that time, me and my cousin Jeff owned. It was, what did we call it?
a percent of shares in Toms.
Middleton. We called it Middleton Clothing Incorporated, or it might have been Jeff Middleton Clothing Incorporated or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But by buying that, by having this small business license, we were now able to buy like up to $5,000 of stock and merch, which in any other time would be weird. Like, why is anybody buying $5,000 in shoes and it sends up red flags. But if you have this, I'm buying this to sell it. I'm going, and that's what we did.
Are you guys good? You guys seem like you're good with marketing already from like how you guys were marketing this.
Better
drop.
salesman. Better
Really?
salesman. For sure.
Really?
How so? Sell us something.
Dude.
I'm not interested.
He's so laid back and he's so comfortable with you. You're like, yeah, I trust whatever you're talking to me about.
You're very approachable, Tiki. You're like, there's something about you, like where
I'd buy weed from you if I met you on the street.
I'd buy hard drugs from you if I met you on the street.
Like if we were at a bar, I'd be like, man, do you think anyone's in here selling weed? And then he's just like, oh, I bet you that guy might have.
I got Xanax. What do you need?
I'm looking for Valium. You have some
Multivitamins.
1970.
I got vintage Flintstone gummies if you want them
Quaaludes.
to.
Damn, Quaaludes.
The ludes, bro.
Wow, those have been like, we couldn't get those since the 80s, bro.
He's like, I got ludes, but he's got the Ludens cough drops.
I have Ludacris CDs. That's the only loot I have.
I got expired codeine in my fridge if you want some of that.
Turn this shit off. We're gonna go get that.
Well, back in the day, my mom did.
Codeine hard, dude.
My
She
mom
used the scissor.
was a huge proponent of codeine, but that's because she had like.
Because she had a sponsorship from Sprite.
Mom was
pretty
sipping
much.
syrup.
She had a bad cough. That's why I got my asthma from her. I don't think asthma.
Constant bad cough.
It was. She didn't
It was a
even know.
fake dry cough.
It was
Well, it was
future
just-
before future.
Dude,
Right.
it was it was just so weird because in high school I was pretty innocent until like later on in like senior year. That's when I
when
started
I came around.
drinking and smoking and whatnot. But
I'm not even joking.
prior to that, like in the morning, I would talk to her and she'd be like fucked up.
Why do the eggs have so many shells, Christian? Christian's like,
Your
Mom,
eggs are purple.
But yeah, I mean, and then like eventually I had some friends over and they're just like, yo, you got some lean up in your fucking thing?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Because
what
you had it like in the refrigerator right next to the Pepto
In the
Bismol.
fridge.
Yeah, because it's medicine, dude.
For
It was prescribed codeine, and so of course it'd be
you're
right next
supposed
to the
keep liquid
Pepto.
medicines
Mom's
in
had
the
the walk in the fridge, man.
And then I would have friends over, and they would start
Wow.
like, putting it on a blunt. They would start putting the codeine on a blunt, which is crazy shit that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
very, very small window of Bay Area time when that was really popular.
Yeah.
Smoking dipped blunts.
yeah,
It's a generational thing too. You just put different stuff in your blunts based on.
Yeah, some people put angel dust. If this was 96, they'd be putting angel dust in there.
You guys smoke blunts? What's your guys' apparatus?
I like vegan blunts.
Wait,
Vegan
aren't all
blunts are fire.
vegan?
Wait, vegan blunts? Are blunts not already vegan?
I guess the vegan part is
In the process.
no
I don't-
tobacco leaf.
No, they're like all blunts are vegan for sure. Like
'Cause the
tobacco wrap.
Because these plants aren't
vegan.
eating animals.
Yeah, it's all vegan.
I was
but-
like, what are you?
I'm smoking Venus flytrap
I think
blunts.
what is it? It's the brand like CBD plus. It's some little brand you find in the smoke shop, and I love it because on the side of the wrappers
like
it
hemp
says
wrap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And on the side it just
Oh.
says vegan, and I'm like, what the
Fuck
fuck?
yeah.
So I picked those up, and I love those ever
Uh-huh.
since. I'm like. They don't smoke as good because obviously blunts make you go, "Whoa, where am I?"
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a Swisher Sweet man. I've been a Swisher Sweet man my whole life.
That's my uncle's.
Yeah, dude, and like I've seen Swisher Sweets like go like not just out of fashion, but be like taboo. Where like one time I pulled a pack of switches out of my pocket, and people are like, "Why the fuck are you smoking?" Then they're like, "We only like."
It's just the generation.
They're just like, "We only roll backwards up in here," and I'm just like, "So it's not like a health thing, then?"
No,
it's not like you. They
it's
just
like the
don't
toms
yeah.
of raps.
Oh fuck you!
The Toms. It's out of style.
Yeah, I got a fucking tom for you.
Are you guys good at rolling? You guys have all pretty.
Well, I am horrible at rolling. It took me like 2 hours to fuck up a
Well,
backwood.
neither confirm nor
Really?
deny.
Well, backwoods seem like they're so difficult because it's just like you gotta turn this leaf into a cylindrical item.
It's so crazy. I just
Cubans
can't
do it
wrap
all
my
the
head
time.
around it. You know, it's already wrapped up in this convenient little thing with tobacco inside. So you take it apart and you think, oh, I'm just gonna replace the tobacco with weed and just it's gonna be easy. It's a whole technique.
I mean, in theory,
It's
it should be
surgical.
so
easy.
much saliva.
I do.
I had a friend
I
who
use
could
a
do it
cup
while
with
he's
water.
driving, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know people like that? They could just do it
and
like,
I'm like,
course.
what?
I've seen
it's
people take
nuts.
like not even break up the weed, just put like
Put
rocks.
nugs in there.
Yeah,
Just boom.
dude.
yeah.
Smoking like a fucking wet sausage.
Like that's ridiculous. And then they pass it to you, and you're like,
It tastes like
"Fuck,
vanilla.
this is pretty good."
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like
Like,
that result's fun. You're like, ooh, wow.
is my clout reduced if I were to revert to a joint roller, like the thing that looks
Joints
like a
is just
scroll?
classic.
No, you just have
Oh,
to
no.
tell people
Oh,
that
I
you
don't-
have a
That's how I
handicap.
roll.
That's-
Is
yeah.
with a roller
That's
because
how
it's
I
for
roll.
convenience,
I know
right?
how to, yeah, it's convenience,
the
and it's just
truth.
always a perfect, nice burn.
It's the
solid
rolly
all the way
backpack
through.
of stoners, but that's fine.
No, I mean rolly backpacks are very convenient and they're ergonomic. So if it's for
So is the
fucking
machine.
ergonomics, exactly.
It's so simple and easy.
I'm
It's
so
helpful to know
bad
how
at
to
it.
roll.
Easy, dude. You
'Cause
just
the-
gotta, it's
The
easy.
last time I rolled a joint was I went to Vegas last year, and there's
Oh,
these,
get him, police! Get him! Yeah, get him!
there's these two girls that just gave
One
my
cup.
brother some weed because my brother is a chiseled man. They didn't give me the weed. I'm just a bystander.
You could get it too if you tried. Because I've
You can give some to your little bro over here.
I was just like, hey, I could try to roll that if you want. And then it took me like 2. It was so bad that I needed 2 papers.
how old
So the
were
burn
you,
was so
14?
bad.
Making a quesadilla.
Guys, these are the new kind of joints. They're flat. They're flat joints. They're smoking like a sandwich.
That's that salesman.
There was a
A
moment.
sandwich joint. What are your guys' so like blunts are your guys' go-to and joints?
For me, it's joints, and my girlfriend just bought me a bong when we got the house. So, you
Dude,
know.
my girl got me one too when I moved
Like
in.
a housewarming gift. You're like, wee.
I'm at the point now where like I don't even get super blasted. I don't even want to be.
Yeah.
Like I
Nah,
like
yeah.
take
A
a little
bowl, a nice little bowl.
Yeah.
Get you night
right before I start
cooking.
cooking dinner, so I'm like
Yeah.
giggly a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Put a little extra seasoning.
yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, though, like I was telling you, Karen was out of town for a couple of days, so I was like, I'm buying some fucking spider legs. I'm buying the dipped, dunked, injected motherfucking shit, and like smoke half of it. And I'm just like,
Do you guys is it part of your creative process to like smoke prior, or do you guys do it sober?
that smile says it all.
It depends
Sometimes
on
the
the
right
song.
amount.
It depends on the song.
It also depends on what we're doing in the studio. If we're
Yeah.
going in like the latter half of the project.
It's all
making
mixing.
all mixing and mastering. Definitely don't want to
Stoned?
be high for that
Because-
you've done it before. When you mix like high, I come back the next day and it's
fuck
everything
is
is
this?
fucking blown out.
It's like,
Why the fuck is the bass so high?
Song.
I was in the studio like boom, yeah.
You're just laughing so hard.
what is this delay? Like, my voice is over
Is there
there.
a beep every 2 seconds?
You know, that was the fire alarm.
Someone coughing
We
in the
liked it
back?
last night. Mom?
But making the song definitely
Yeah.
it helps a lot.
The
It just
writing
loosens
process
up so much.
How about the recording process? The recording, like you being inside of the booth.
I don't really. Most of the time, I don't like to smoke till after
sing,
I
yeah, most
record. If I'm doing like some singing and I'm trying to be buttery,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to smoke. But if I'm talking about Tiki, if I'm
when
talking
he's
about
rapping, he's like,
Tiki.
buttery.
with Tiki Iki, you bitch is
Iki.
freaky deaky. You know,
That
I'll
was
probably
definitely
smoke
the
some
weed.
weed. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've noticed that when I do smoke, I'm a better freestyler. But when I smoke,
weed.
I'm a worse singer. My intonation is way off. I'm flat when I need to be, I'm flat and I'm sharp and I'm just like, my ear's not working. And also, my paranoia is up.
Oh, I get weird.
I get super weird. And then people be like, that's an interesting vibrato that you had there. And I was just like,
What do you
no,
mean by
that's
that?
fear. That's called
What
anxiety.
the fuck do you mean by that, Mom?
That's just me shaking.
It's just like,
Oh,
the vibrato was
no,
faster
no.
there. Interesting touch. I'm just like, no, I'm just nervous
Yeah.
as shit, dude.
The shadows were watching me sing.
George Carlin always said he would write his bits sober and then edit it high. So that way, like he writes the jokes and the premises, and then he goes and smokes a little bit. Then he comes back to the joke. Now he can make
And
it
it gets
really
funnier.
funny. Yeah.
I can see it being the other way around.
For
I mean,
music,
like
for
very
sure.
similar. Yeah, like how when you're writing
Just like you
lyrics
said.
and whatnot. I mean, is it with your writing? Is a lot of it like freestyle and then you'll write it down, or is it like take a lot of time when, like you said, you're sitting on the toilet and jacking off?
And checking off at
And
work.
thinking
yeah.
of a different song.
Jacking off at work? Did you say jacking off at work?
No, I didn't say any of that. That was not a joke I made.
He's got
We've
the
all done
picture
it.
picture going on his phone. He's like typing on the notes app.
No. So he'll be making the beat, and I'm usually like writing while he's making the beat.
Yeah,
By
usually
the
in
time
the
the
studio,
beat's
yeah.
done, like I at least have like an idea for the song, like the
That's
chorus
some
of this.
Beatles shit, dude.
Yeah.
And
That is like, well, you work on the bass line. I'm going to write the words for yesterday. And it's just like, and then in 45 minutes, we have one of the greatest songs ever written.
I have to be friends with like whoever is doing the beat. Like we got to be close. We have to have like, we got to mesh.
I get that.
I've tried to work with new producers, and sometimes it's like, okay, this is cool. This is working out. But usually it's like, unless we already are like, we have a connection and we're cool and we figured it out like with each other, then it's just not going to hit how it should. Cause I'm like, I move really fast in like the writing process. Sometimes for
he'll
worse.
finish
But,
before I'm done with the beat. Sometimes.
yeah,
That's wild because I'm so impressed by your vernacular in which you like. For instance,
What's that
like
word mean?
let's talk about like Uber, your vocabulary. Your,
What's that word mean?
The words that you use.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Just say it.
Let's take Uber, the first Uber from Old Methods, right? Like, say the first line already.
Maneuver carefully and never know when the end will be. Pursue philanthropy for family and your enemies.
Syllables on syllables, dude.
Yeah.
What's that word mean?
That's the sounds that you make during a word.
We'll do a 5-year-old remix.
Move, be careful.
In the dark.
Dude,
don't know when die.
He's a wordsmith.
you are
He's a
truly a
wordsmith.
wordsmith
Hell yeah.
because you have this maneuverability
Gift
to
of gab, baby.
go to use the gift of gab in something like Uber and Uber 2, but also get a little like really hear the Vallejo in you. In what was it? Is it the 4th or 5th track in Y?
Which one are you talking
Gold
about?
Medal
Gold Medal
Grandpa?
Grandpa.
That one, yes, that
He was flowing really good on that.
flowing
Just like-
real good. Wait, I want to ask you. Your brand is #1 Grandpa. Is yeah. Where does this Grandpa energy come from?
In high school, I started finding shirts in like thrift shops, it was like world's greatest grandpa or #1 grandpa.
I love it.
And I would just like, I made it a point to just like, oh, I already have one of these. Let me get a second one. Then suddenly I had like 5 or 6.
I was getting into dad shirts for a minute. Remember that?
Yeah, definitely dad shirts. Which is a really cool brand. And like just being something like that. Can I gift you something later? It's at my mom's spot. But when I went to Davis, my favorite shirt, like the only
Yeah.
Davis merch that I ever got while I was at school there, it said UC Davis Grandpa. And I've kind of outlived it. It's beyond me now.
Well, 'cause
but it
you're a
seems
real
like it's
grandpa
yours.
now.
I'm a real grandpa. I have
And your grandson's going to Yale, so that's not funny
I know
anymore.
it's not. And my grandson there has a Yale grandpa
But
shirt.
it says Yale!
But no, I want to give that to you because, I just
Davis.
I love that.
Yeah.
Tiki gifted me a hat that said,
I find
why-
so many grandpas.
yeah, anytime he's like, do you want this? I'm like, that's so sweet. So I love that. Thank
it's
you. I
wild
will-
that there's a market. There's
so many of them.
Oh, it's big. It's huge.
an apparel market for a father of a father.
Titles. Titles. There's
Yes.
uncles. Yeah, I mean, this shit's all over the place, bro.
I
I had a friend who got me a mug that said, like, world's best stepmom.
Love it.
And then for a minute there, I was like,
That's
I
fire.
want that. And then stepmom kind of went a way different way, like a couple
Oh,
years
yeah,
right
yeah,
after.
yeah. How? Talk about it.
Why are you such a good stepmom?
#1 category.
I'm under the table a lot. Just get stuck in the dryer
Yeah. No,
again. Your
Yeah.
dad's working late.
You're just clumsy.
I don't know. I
I'm not
don't
good at the time.
know. I don't understand.
But
Started
it's-
to show stepmom qualities in life.
Huge fake tits.
It's No, but that's a solid brand. I'm kind of like upset that you hopped on this grandpa thing before I did.
It worked for him too.
Well, no, you got like off-duty bowling alley worker. I like what you got.
Is it because of my shirt?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
That's a laborer's shirt.
That's a
Yeah.
blue collar shirt.
You got one too. I saw
not
a
with that
picture of
monkey
you
on there.
Yeah.
No, that's a fancy brand.
Will you call me a monkey?
If you edit it properly, it might look like that.
Yeah, dude. I honestly,
As
with,
an ally,
Yeah, that's a monkey. Pause.
with how much content out there, I could clip so many things that would get you canceled.
You wouldn't even have to. Just open up Chat GPT and be like,
Make
say
an
something
AI.
Alex would say that's the worst thing ever, and they would have it in my voice, a video of me doing it and shit. And fuck, dude, I'm ruined.
So much on the internet. Yeah.
There's so much. Like they only need 5 minutes. And this was like 3 years
Really?
ago. They only need 5 minutes of your voice for a computer to perfectly mimic everything you would say.
it's terrifying.
Oh, they for sure got your guys'
And we
voice.
have hours between the four of us.
Yeah, we didn't even do why.
That's completely artificially generated.
That would be a
AI.
sick plot twist.
That would be nuts.
I'm AI. Alan
Tiki.
Iverson.
iRobot.
Your voice is not. Your voice is not on any because you produce.
I have a
it.
few little voice quips in there.
He's the Joe Schmo.
Do you have one of those like stamps?
No, I do not.
You do.
Oh, I do.
Tiki
I have
slaps.
Tiki
yeah.
slaps. Yeah, it's
Oh, for
him.
sure.
I just pitched it up really loud.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I love it.
I got a few beat tags, but on the project, I say a few lines.
He's in the ad.
I'm in the ad.
You are.
I am the New York East Coast guy.
Where'd the name Tiki come from?
Tiki came from my football teammates because they all thought I looked like the Easter Island Tiki emoji
Oh, that's why.
because of my face. Yeah, So you got a big ass head like the Stoneheads. You like a Tiki head.
You do.
And then
Hey.
it just stuck.
Damn, they just
that's
straight
what
up
I
say
thought.
shit like that. Like I'm just like
No, I literally have a large. They had to order a special helmet for me in
On a
football.
football team, yeah. On a
They're
football
like,
team, yeah.
we don't have any helmets for you that fit your head. We
not
have to
even
order
slight.
extra
It's
large.
just
We have to
no.
order XL. No one was XL.
Did you get to keep the helmet at least?
No.
That's bullshit then.
They said we got someone else coming up. That's
We got another fat boy coming up right behind you.
Yetty. How did you come up with Yetty?
I guess I've never revealed it because I wanted to be like somewhat mysterious or something. So in high school,
shit.
I wanted to be on SoundCloud under C-through, C-through because I'm white and I'm pale. And it was like transparent. So I was going to be C-through. But then
probably
I was
would
like,
not have
someone
made
else
music
is
with
already
you.
C-through. Fuck. Like it
Someone
mattered.
already had that name?
Yeah, like it mattered though. But yeah, I saw someone else had it.
I'm so glad you picked Yetty.
Yeah, me too. So I looked up who invented toilet paper, and his name was Joseph Yetty. And then I just cut his name down to Yetty.
That's fucking dope, dude. That origin story is very impressive.
I love that like you take one name and then like shortened it because that reminds me like Harry Houdini got his name Houdini because he learned from a guy named Houdin. And so he's like, oh, that guy inspired me. And he added the, so like it's really, there's really kind of a long line of people like, oh, well, this person inspired me and take part of their name.
And we all use toilet paper. We
Right.
all use toilet
It's
paper.
Speak for
relatable.
yourself.
So relatable. I just would like.
No wipe. Nothing touches his butthole. Wow. That's gay. I'm just kidding.
I won't even touch my own ass.
I'm a man.
I'll leave my butt shitty.
Why would me, a straight man, touch another straight man's butthole?
I
got
have
a
Melissa
brick.
do it for me.
There's a brick in between my cheeks right now.
And then I take the brick out and everything just falls out.
It's just a buildup.
The brick is the cork, really.
I just meant you got a real brown mass.
Yeah, our toilet doesn't work at home.
Oh, that sucked. That was real for a second.
What, does it work?
The toilet didn't work.
It did not work.
So what happens? You guys just like go out into the wilderness?
Start digging holes.
We had to like use the bathroom.
You guys dug holes?
I'm hitting too
No.
much. I gotta stop. I'm fucking clairvoyant over here.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, no one's going to step foot in the backyard for a minute, but there's an open hole in our backyard.
Yep.
We bypassed, we had a plumber friend come through.
There's no airflow.
And he's like, I got a shortcut for you guys to fix the root
Just
problem.
put a hole in the back.
Let's open up the exit, emergency exit pipe, and all of your sewage is going to come out the back.
Oh.
So if
So-
if any baddies know plumbers,
Yes.
Wait,
We need
so
a
you guys got a shit
Wait, so
pool
you
in
have
the
like
back?
a
Pretty much, yeah.
this is a current
That
problem.
sucks. Whoa.
wait, do you guys have a septic tank? Is that or
No.
it just
So I'm
so then how did it what valve?
there's a it's called a clean out drain apparently. It's what the plumber guys said.
Yeah, okay.
And we had a root problem Then our landlord.
Yeah.
So we moved in, and our landlord,
Already knew.
it was a friend of my mom. So it was like we're moving in pretty chill, not like lease or anything. And she goes, "Hey, by the way, there's like a few plumbing problems. The water pressure's bad on the thing.
Huge red flag.
It ended up being dirty ass little caps on the faucets.
Yeah.
And then that was fine. But then the toilet problem kept going on. Like our toilet
That
just
shit
wouldn't
was
What are
flush.
you guys
Persistent.
doing to the toilet, man? Just punishing it, huh?
I mean,
We thought at first, I'm like, damn, our shit's that big, but like
We
the
do
plumbing
take
was fucked up,
powerful
and so
shits.
we had the plumber
You're
guy.
gonna
You let
real
it
man.
build for a couple of days, right?
So we had the plumber guy come through, and he does that as like a quick little remedy, until we can get the root problem fixed.
poke a hole in it. It was his remedy.
Pretty much, bypass the entire sewage system and have it come out in the back.
So there was a period of time, one toilet between you two. There was a period of time, let's say like Yetty pooped, and then you say,
and then I come in and I'm like, oh,
Did you have to poop on his poop?
But remember, when Yetty poops, he also masturbates and thinks about music.
so it was,
is how the album was made.
actually super beneficial.
Yes.
To the
It was
crib.
tough to make a song when you had no bathroom, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Had to use the
So
tub.
it was crazy.
Then it gets all over you and stuff.
Yeah, because I want to bathe too.
You got to clean yourself off.
Exactly. I'm like a chinchilla, but instead of dust, it's just me own shit.
Wow.
Are you healthy? I'm sure you could get
Ever since
Garner
we dug
disease
the
from that.
hole, I've been doing much better.
Before it was tough.
At least you guys dug a hole for this fecal matter. When I was once again when I was in Vegas, I went to the shooting range with my cousins
Where's
over
this
there.
going?
Just hear me out.
We had
So
to dig a hole.
There's this
They
law.
didn't have a shovel, so they used a shotgun.
There's this law. That'd be dope. There's this law where you're allowed to shoot firearms if you're X miles away from like a main road.
I don't even think it's miles. I think it's like
It's pretty. It wasn't too far
it's
off.
thousands of feet,
It's
actually.
very,
You can
very
have a shooting
close.
range in your backyard type shit.
You just can't be
could.
shooting towards anything. And there's so much open space out in Nevada. Arizona's like that, too.
So, I mean, I think I've told this story a while back. It's been a few years, but I'll tell it again. But when I was there, there's no bathrooms in sight because it's just desert. Because we're like,
You're out
you know,
shooting guns.
Yeah, we're out shooting guns and whatnot. And I'm like, oh man, the night before, I just drank so much food. I had bad Chipotle. I had Taco Bell Cantina. I was just, I'm on vacation. I'm just eating whatever. And
Yeah.
here I am shooting guns, and the recoil is rattling my body to its core.
Wow. I hope World War III doesn't break out.
Just expediting the process
About to drop a nuke, man.
I
bullet
have shot
coming out.
a lot of guns in my life. I have never shot a gun that made me need to poop. I don't know what
50
they're
cows.
doing. How are you holding it like right on your belly?
I'm shooting. One of them was automatic, and he's just like, "Go ahead, cousin, hold the trigger." And I'm
down,
like,
baby.
I don't know if I could do this. And
I have to poop.
at one point, I said, "Hey, Jim, can I get your keys?" He's like, "Why?" And I said, "I gotta take a shit." He's just like, "What? There's no bathroom here." Like, I gotta take
Hot
a shit.
and
So
sweaty.
I took it from one area of the desert to the next area of the desert. And I parked the SUV. Thank God it's an SUV, big enough to cover my entire booty hole. And I opened the door. I pulled my pants
Roll
down,
down all the windows, though, so they
and
can
I'm
still
like,
see.
okay, I'm gonna shit on the floor. I don't think I've ever shot on the floor in my life.
It is kind of fun, though.
It was invigorating.
It is kind of fun.
Intrusive thoughts
Yeah.
one.
Real
man.
back to the roots of humanity right there.
Shitting, doing it, actively shitting in a place where you know
not
frowned
soc-
upon.
not
that's not a
socially
bathroom. Anything that's
acceptable.
not toilet.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I didn't dig a hole like I should have,
Heathen.
right? I didn't dig a hole because I had to go, and I don't have
yeah,
a
that's
shovel.
a big dog.
It's gonna take it.
I think this dog is dying.
Someone's trying to track it. Bigfoot's been around. It's recent.
Look at those steps, those tracks, those prints,
He's
man.
got to be at least 200,
Nike
220
Cortez.
pounds.
Size 10 Nike
And then they
Cortezes.
just disappear like he got in a car or something.
So anyway,
I
not-
knew Bigfoot drove.
Now
his
we gotta buy
license?
these tire tracks.
Okay, what's the worst part is as it was happening, I was like,
As it was happening, the family of small children that looked up and made eye contact with you. The lady,
it might as well have been because right when it was happening, there's no point of I can't suck it back up as it's happening. There's a car that passes by and I see a man and his wife
No.
looking at because my butt is pointed toward this dirt road. I should have faced the other way.
Look at it.
And so they saw.
They got you with the over the shoulder. They hit you with the. They hit you with the Sasquatch.
Fuck yeah.
You're like, can I have some privacy, please?
What a time we live in where it's more acceptable to shoot these firearms X miles away from a main road, but it's more of a heathen-like
This is
action
America,
to shit
sir.
on
This
the
is
floor.
America.
I can shoot my guns. I can't shoot my shit.
No, sir. We are Americans. We love guns, God, and not
have
shitting our
toilets.
pants.
Hey, hold on. I found a workaround. You put on a Sasquatch suit.
In the hot Vegas desert.
Make
So
sure,
you
make
can
sure you
shit.
cut a hole.
Just so
Exactly.
you can
You
shit.
got. You still got it. It's got to escape.
You gotta prepare. You gotta prepare a little bit.
You can
Y'all
do a little
wild.
onesie
And
with
then-
the butt flap.
But that'll give it away. That's a costume, though.
You can tuck it inwards.
You gotta just like cut right at your butthole.
I know all about tucking it inwards, man.
You know
Man.
what I like about you guys is that you guys are giving me advice
Yeah,
for
next
this
time you
predicament.
Next time you shit on the floor.
floor.
It will happen.
Here's the crazy thing that you only experience when you do something like shit on the floor. Human shit smells so fucking bad, but we don't ever know because it's always right in the it's always right in the water. But you ever like accidentally smell human shit and you're just like, oh, it's
Walking
you
around
actually-
San Francisco.
yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the
in
time.
the streets.
Yep.
It's vile,
It's
bro.
like at Disneyland when they let out the
well, you're
scents.
going to a bad Disneyland if you're smelling poop.
That's SF. SF is like
SF.
that's their
Oh.
Disneyland smell.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Instead of
shit-
churros,
shit and
instead of churros,
piss.
it's
Dude,
poop.
SF is just. It's crazy how it's slated to be one of the greatest cities on this planet, which it
Since
has a
when?
lot of culture.
Since when has it been
Amazing.
slated as that?
It's beautiful. I mean, because like there's so many songs about the I left
lift
my
my
heart.
heart.
in San Francisco.
Yep.
And what year was that song written? 1952?
Something, something, something. Yeah, I
There's
don't know.
probably doo-doo on the streets back then.
Yeah.
But only one doo-doo, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's Doo-Doo Jim's though." Like, we know
rope
Doo-Doo Jim's
around
gonna
it.
do that. Yeah, that's what he does.
I like how
Now the mayor's shitting on the floor and stuff, and like dancing around it. And it's like, fuck, dude. I get it. We got to be one part of the group. If you can't solve the problem, join the problem.
The best one I saw in San Francisco, it was on a tree stump. So perfectly, like, in the middle of downtown on a tree stump.
Now, was he sitting
tree
on
stump doo-doo?
Was he sitting on the tree stump?
I didn't see him doing it. I just saw the aftermath. I just saw a perfectly placed shit in the middle of a tree stump.
It had the Dairy
picked it
Queen like
He was a good
swirl
Samaritan.
on it.
I did not.
So
think of
look
that.
at this.
I just walked past him like, dang.
I would have walked past and gone, "Whap!"
Feel free to answer this or feel free to deny it. Have you guys ever pooped your pants?
Everybody has.
Everyone has, yeah.
No, but like let's say when it's like not as acceptable. in
Have you pooped your
society.
pants past the age 10?
Oh yeah, as an
Like
adult.
like hard poop or like that was a
shart.
A shart,
You gotta go
a
check.
shart is a different word because it has a different meaning.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're not including sharts.
Well, how does someone accidentally do the entire thing? How do you-
Like that.
You're just like,
You had a bad day.
You just said it.
a
Once
bad
it starts, you can't suck it back
can't
in.
stop.
you could pinch it off.
Sometimes the shart is a real shit.
Listen, you have a bad day. Your W-2s are wrong. Your car's lights are all on.
Hey, yo.
You have to come to a podcast. You'll just shit your pants just to
I
feel better.
knew it smelled in here.
You're welcome. That's the cats, actually.
Oh shit, dude, it's so funny.
Dude.
I'm actually surprised at how often I'm actively trying to not shit my pants as an adult.
The stress.
It's a lot. It's way more often than I'd like to admit.
I work a graveyard shift, and
So
on
you're
my
constantly pinching it off.
on my way home, it's like a 37-minute drive, and no establishment is open because I take 37.
Buddy, go potty before you leave, man.
Well, no,
Just
you know,
try. Even if you don't have to go, just try.
sometimes it just happens.
That's like a solid 10 miles of nothing.
Of nothing in darkness. Imagine like at like 6 a.m.
Then pull over and shit. That's when you can do it.
On
You
the floor.
Yeah.
In
On
the,
the car.
in the wetlands and stuff.
in a marsh.
In the
Yeah,
marsh.
I'm not gonna do
Honestly,
it.
it's good fertilizer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be helping.
Saving
You're
the
helping the
environment.
species. Yeah.
You're right. I should do that.
The animals that would get sick from eating it won't do it, but the decomposing animals will. The flies, the worms. The Beatles.
That's
The
true.
Dung Beatles.
That is true. Nice. So
National Geographic.
I know that you have yourself a heart out, so we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping this up. And I don't know if Yetty told you how we usually wrap up our podcasts, and if you're down,
Virgin
we usually
sacrifice.
do an improv scene. And have you ever done improv before, Tiki?
I've never done any
The way
acting.
that Yetty and I actually
Don't get
were,
shy now on us, Tiki. Don't get shy on us.
the way we were introduced to each other was through improv, and so like I mean that's when I first.
Drama class?
I mean no,
No,
dude.
no,
Like, we
just
didn't go to high school. I mean I
improv
was
team.
much older.
DVC,
than-
yeah.
Yeah, it was the Dragon Viper Cobra. He made it onto the improv team, and we
They
did some
never
practices
went to
together.
practice.
We made it the same. We got on the team at the same time.
Yeah,
That is true.
We
was
auditioned.
a-
We auditioned together.
that was fun.
Oh man, it's all
You're-
coming back.
My
to me.
life was in, anyways.
Hey,
Shambles.
life wasn't going good for me either, man.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dude,
I didn't
no.
make my first audition because I showed up hammered.
Damn.
Yeah, you did. You showed up hammered, and I was so upset because I vouched for this guy. So tough. I was like, I've done so much improv with this guy. Like, he's my favorite person to do improv with. And he came, and he was just like, I was nervous. I had like 3 drinks at the bar down the street, and blah blah blah. So on. And
It was
so
bad.
forth.
It was a bad time. Also, like it was rough.
But you eventually got it.
Happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna do improv. So you've never done it before? I mean, you kind of know how it goes,
Yeah.
which is basically, I mean, it's just whatever happens.
Just let it roll.
Yes, sir. And it could be about anything that we've talked about in this.
Oh, I mean, you
Conversation
kinda,
or whatever.
When I was trying to sell you guys shoes, you were doing it right there. So that thing, yeah.
That's it. You just go.
You've already
with
done it, bro. You've done improv before. You don't even know it.
Probably.
When you try and hit on a girl, that's improv.
That's improv.
That is true.
Boom, improv
That
in
is
the wild.
not me.
Improv taught me how to talk to women better.
For sure.
Neil,
Right?
Neil Strauss taught me how to talk to
100%.
women.
Right? Because it teaches you like to put you. It puts you in this situation where you got nothing scripted.
And dating is just saying yes
Yeah.
to a woman all the time.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
the way I do it.
How do you do it?
I say no 2 times and yes on the 3rd. That means they're trying.
I don't like the way you talk about. I don't like the way how you broke it down.
Okay, real
so
quick.
We
manipulative.
down
saved
to
the
the
misogyny
science.
for the end.
Yeah, dude.
I did tell a bunch of kids who were buying their prom tickets. I was like, there's a discount, but you have to ask 3 times, and she's gonna say no twice. But on the 3rd one, she'll say yes.
On the positive end, you're teaching persistence.
Yeah.
On the negative end, you're teaching them harassment.
But I just
They'll
love
end
the
up
fact
in
that like,
college.
as I'm walking away, all the kids are like, "Is he serious?" Like the fact that they had to like, maybe. No, it's true at Jamba Juice though. They do serve hamburgers. If you ask 3 times,
You're kidding.
they'll say no twice.
No, not even gonna
Hook,
try.
line, and sinker.
Damn, you're good, man.
I just did that joke, and you.
All right, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Highly irrelevant.
Christian, what do we got? What do we got on the slate for today? Who's coming in? Who's renting out the studio today?
So we got these 2 cats from Vallejo.
2 cats?
2 cats.
I told you we don't let animals in here anymore. That it was bad when you let the toucans in. They're here already.
They're
I can
here
hear-
already. Yeah, they kind of like they found them. They found
They're
their way
old
in.
cats.
Yeah, they're old cats. What you're gonna like about them is that they are genetically modified organisms to where they could speak.
That cat has
However,
tits.
And they do have
Oh, these are the
feminine-
cats from Cats.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, little fun fact: the cats from Cats,
Real
Actual
cats.
All right, so we see that you guys want to rent out the studio.
You guys got a couple hours.
You guys have an hour. Can we like know what you guys do?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? We just want to know who's renting it out.
I live on the streets.
Oh my god.
Oh, it seems like it. Okay.
We're from the streets.
Okay.
That's what we
Every day.
speak to.
I would have guessed from the alley, right? Alley cats. I'm like, sorry. I guess is that inappropriate?
we take great offense
I'm so sorry. It's your word. It's not mine.
Pardon.
I beg for money just so I can get Newports.
Newport. They're very well versed in different types of
You
cigarettes.
guys are musicians, though. Why don't you just busk?
We're street musicians.
Yeah, we just play on the
I play a mean
streets.
bongo.
He does.
Can we hear a sample?
You got any bongos?
What were you gonna hit right there? I saw that. I saw your paws raised.
My
He's
bongos.
just ready.
Oh, you were gonna hit your. I think he was gonna just really
good.
hurt himself
good.
there. He gonna hit his own
Body
bongos.
bongos.
Okay, you female cat. What's your name?
My name's Liz.
Liz, great tits.
Liz.
Thank you.
Welcome to the music industry.
That's
I
pretty
love
much
'em.
how I broke in.
Everybody
And I did
has.
break in.
Hey. I just got a couple of questions. When you were making the movie Cats, was that actually what you looked like, or did they put makeup on you?
Well, the tits were real.
Aren't they always?
The makeup, yes, heavy prosthetic makeup.
Well, let's get this show on the road, guys. You've already wasted 45 minutes of your 2-hour session.
All right. So it says that your first track is entitled "No More Fur Balls for Me," and
But
here
it's no more fur balls for me, parentheses, fur balls for you.
exactly. This looks like it's going to be in time signature of 6/8, and you know what? I'm just gonna let you guys do your
Is this
thing.
Are you calling someone out?
We sampled us throwing up hairballs
On the beat, yeah.
on the beat.
Hey, look, we don't judge. We just own the studio.
Let's
Honestly,
play the sample real quick. I'm curious as how this is going to sound. There's no cadence to it.
exactly how I thought it would. Exactly.
It's at random points.
It's not on.
There, now the cadence is coming in. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, cool.
I came from the streets. That's just a little sample.
A little
Wow.
sample.
Well, I mean, we are recording though, so
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, before we actually hit record, let's
let me
see what else. Do you got? So, title number 2 is entitled.
do you want to pet my pussy?
That's a provocative song I wrote while I was shitting and jerking off.
At the same
This guy
time.
reminds me of somebody I know.
Yeah, I met someone not too long ago that does that.
Your mother, right?
Who didn't turn off the sample? No one didn't turn off.
That's my fault. I'm sorry. I know I'm on the
just
computer.
me.
Oh, they're really
That's
doing
just
it.
honey.
Hey guys, no smoking in the booth, please. I mean, we don't. You know what?
You're
That's fine.
telling me I can't smoke in here?
I am certainly not now.
Do you know who we are?
You're the.
Liz and Honey, you want us to stay in the studio? We smoke fucking
This
cigarettes?
voice is pure honey.
It's pure honey. It does sound like it.
Can I hear a little bit of kitty cat meow meow?
Kitty cat, meow, meow, kitty
It's wild because Honey the cat is howling like a dog.
Like a dog, a hurt dog.
It's interesting.
range.
I mean, whatever.
When
these-
you're in the streets like I am, you hear a lot of things and you just make it happen.
God, we've seen
art.
so much.
That is art.
We've seen so much. Can we stay here?
I mean, for
I mean, no,
the time that
no,
you paid for.
I've
And
already
no
got
more.
my mail sent here. I don't know if you've noticed.
We have. It's
You
been
have
going
your
straight to the
mail sent
trash.
here already?
It's
Please.
a lot. It's a lot of.
So by law,
Playgirl.
technically, me,
The other one's dying.
it might be a
Slowly.
problem in like the next few months.
What his
Oh, God.
his health? Her health?
Christian,
health.
Christian, can I talk to you in the office for a minute?
Okay, hey Liz, honey, make yourselves at home.
There's a third tit growing.
It's,
Third.
someone told me I should see a doctor, and I've never been able to see
Christian,
doctors.
Christian, can you get in the office, please?
Okay, I'll be right back. Hey, what's going on?
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna ask me that?
No, I'm asking you. Like, this is it's not. I wasn't a
Where did
rhetorical
you find
question.
these guys?
I found them on the street. They paid the
One's
money.
literally dying, and then the other one's growing a third tit.
Yeah, no, the same one is dying, and the same one is growing a third tit.
I just heard someone say it hurts.
Are you guys done?
In a minute.
The other one is knocking on his phone right outside the door.
Look,
Knock on the door.
Look, if it sells, it sells, right?
Okay. Hey, honey.
Hey, guys. Let's get this started, huh?
Go ahead.
All right, this is your last track. It's called Meow Mix.
Oh, no.
That one's
That one's very personal,
personal.
for me.
You have to hear that one on the. You have to actually ingest that
Why
one.
don't you get an ambulance over here just in case?
God, no, not the police. Anything but the police.
Oh, no,
They said the ambulance.
Oh, I have triggers.
Any 911, any emergency service, I don't think we can have it.
It's yeah.
Oh, it's we'll pay for it.
Can we?
Can you pay for our rent here?
Yeah.
Are we renting? Are we?
Let's hear this last
you
song.
said we're renting the
Yeah,
house.
you said we stay here now.
We didn't say it's not like an apartment that you rent. It's a
You got a
studio.
lighter, by the way.
Why would you
Do I
lie
have
to
a
Liz
light,
and
you
Honey?
guys?
I need. I feel like smoking this.
Do you have a light?
Your pack of Newports?
Do you have a light?
Well, you can't smoke in the studio. I mean, it's just okay. That's
I
enough.
pay
That's
rent
enough. That's
here.
right in my face, Liz.
I'll do the song.
You paid rent here?
Put the third tit in his face.
Hey, I just got a call from the
Alejandro,
bank.
you have a lighter?
The check you guys gave us for your rental here bounced.
Okay, well, what about these?
Whoa.
Those are bouncy.
They bounce, man.
They
Why
do
is it?
bounce.
What's
Yeah,
we
you
doing
like
with
'em?
the third one? Why is the third one there?
They got us this far.
Cut to next. The following year, Liz and Honey are performing at the
Grammys.
Grammys.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Liz and Honey.
I never
thought I would live so long.
It's so progressive.
This is our rehab anthem.
shout out Lil Xan.
Send me
We
back.
made it out.
Send me back.
We made it out.
Send me back.
I made it out.
They didn't charge rent.
No.
Send us back.
It can't be that bad.
Send us back.
It can't be that bad.
Send us back.
I went through rehab.
They didn't charge rent.
And scene. All right, y'all, and that's fucking improv. I think
Well
last time Yetty was on, we also did like a similar scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I didn't speak. I was making noises.
Grunted. You grunted.
Yeah.
You were a
Grunter.
That was
caveman.
tough.
That was. You gotta blame that on Alejandro. I think you had said
hey, I could have made it. I could have. We did good. We did good.
I
It was
love
a
every
great
improv
impression.
scene equally.
Yeah.
Yes. I know this was.
I'm interested to see I didn't know you guys did improv.
Scandal
at the
did some
end.
improv?
Scandal
No,
did
he
improv?
freestyled. We
Oh,
freestyled.
Yeah,
okay.
instead
I was
of
about to say.
Yeah, he had to
rapped
get going. So I mean, we freestyled, and I don't know if he would have been down for improv, but I could have offered it up and
He's
see what
silly
happened.
enough.
Yeah,
Hey, he sees Liz and Honey. He might be inclined to do some.
that's
Be
true.
Liz, Honey, and Tea.
All right, y'all. Guys, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
Thank
having
You guys
for
are
having
always
us.
welcome here, or if you just kick it casually without having to make content.
Keys under the door.
Likewise.
Yeah, please plug everything that you guys got going on right now.
We have an album out that we made together called Why?
Why?
Question mark on all platforms.
All platforms.
Recommend that you buy it off like Apple Music or something, iTunes.
Give
but,
us your
I
money.
mean, stream it, listen to it. It seems like the general consensus is that it's pretty good.
People
liking it.
People keep
so,
telling us it's kind of good.
you know, keep the train rolling, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it right now.
That's it.
Show up for us if we have shows.
We're gonna have like CDs and merch soon.
CDs and
Getting
merch.
that in the
Yes.
works.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully by the time this episode comes out,
Yeah.
we'll
Well,
have some stuff.
Let us know. You know,
Yeah.
anytime you guys got a show, we'd love to. You know,
Bang, bang, bang.
give us. Let us know like on a Monday, whatever. If that Friday episode comes out, maybe we can throw a tag on there for you
Yes,
guys.
sir.
Heck yeah.
And then if you guys do a live show, invite us. We'll come and we'll hang out with you guys. And
I would
A lot
love
of
that.
time.
But yeah, it's an absolute
Christian's
banger.
a great MC.
It's an absolute thank you very much. It's an absolute banger of an album. It's so good, and I'm not being disingenuous about that whatsoever. I've listened to the entire project through and through multiple times. I showed Melissa, played it in the car for her and whatnot.
amazing.
The transition between Double Bubble into Lee's Garden is just so so smooth. Tiki, impeccable
Thank you.
production.
Thank you.
Impeccable production. Yetty, vocals, only
Butter.
getting better. And how does it get better?
Butter.
It's so good, and your range is so good. You could get real low, but you could also you're not only rapping, but you're singing, and your intonation is good, and just the sound and tone of your voice, and coming from a singer to another
Thank
singer.
you.
So good, and I'm so happy for your guys' drop.
Me next. Talk about me
And then
now.
Alejandro, you're killing it, my friend.
The cat that I hit on the way in.
Holy shit.
But yes, no.
Was
it's-
it Liz or Honey?
The black cat. You can't let those walk around.
Whoa!
I'm just kidding. I
dude.
love black cats.
But yeah,
All cats matter.
any shout outs before you guys go?
Shout out Jamie. Shout out Hugo.
Hugo.
Shout out
222 Trend.
Ganja.
Ganja.
Tucker.
Yep.
Tucker's World is out this month.
Yes. Tucker's World.
Let's go. I know we got more people. Cola. Danny Ali. You're going to
Yep,
have him
Danny
on soon.
Ali,
His
yep.
project's out now. Amazing project.
So good. Real
This
start.
weekend, right?
Yes, sir.
Real start. Good job, Danny. We love you.
Killing
Yes.
it.
Oh my God. there's-
Shout out Manny Swag.
Shout out Manny Swag. Shout out Hey Cujo. Shout out Drippy. Shout out Raycel.
Katana was on the project. for
Yeah,
one
Katana
second.
was on the project. Zilla. All our loved ones. All of our loved ones. The one Scandal, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Neff, Oski, Gritty, everybody.
The entire
oh my
Bay Area.
God. The entire
We
Bay
love
Area.
you.
Music renaissance is going great right now.
So
I think we're all
amazing.
doing
It's
Good
a-
time
it's
for music. It's
so
a
much
good
happening.
time.
we're doing
It's
great.
beautiful.
And you guys are definitely adding to this chapter that is really a defining moment for the Bay Area. So like you guys should be really proud of yourselves. So it's I'm very proud to be affiliated with y'all. Very, very proud. So.
Likewise.
Thank
We're
you very much.
affiliated. We affiliated.
Affiliated.
All right. At how we always end episodes is that we have our guests look into the barrel of the camera. It's funny
Say
because
your
there's two of you.
favorite slur.
But you know, you guys.
Oh, I love this part.
Okay, look into the camera and leave the audience with a word, a phrase, an anecdote, or something. It's funny because there's two of you, so figure it out.
Can we each do one?
All right,
Sure.
figure it
Yeah,
out.
let's do it. Yeah.
Good one.
Stick-to-itiveness. Have it.
Have it. It ain't on you, it's in you.
Oh, that's what I told my girlfriend.
All right, baddies. You guys know where to find us. Check us out. Check them out. We love you. Take it easy and bye.
Take it sleazy.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that bad.